Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2009 of What's Up to Now, documenting the journey. Originally, as I transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business, following divesting myself of my joint assets with my ex-husband in 2016, beginning of 2017. That was the end of 2016. Did some traveling and had some fun adventures. And in 2017, I was like, okay, by February 1st, I was like, I got to find something to do because I'm not just going to sit around the house. My kids are out of the house. My daughter's married. My son off on his own, etc. So I needed to find something to do, right? I wasn't just going to sit around with the cats and become a cat lady, as my sisters like to tease me. So I decided I'd always been curious about the internet, and I was going to hop on and learn and figure out what this online business stuff was all about. So I had some fun adventures in 2017, and by 2018 I'd settled into and had begun figuring out what was working for me and what wasn't working for me. Just like so many other people, I never realized what a couple of things were, like shiny object syndrome, FOMO, fear of missing out, because I hadn't been open to being inundated with marketing messages, right? And the internet is an incredible place. It's got a low barrier to entry, but it also has a whole lot of noise and diversions and shiny objects, they call it online, that can suck us in and take us down paths that are interesting, right? If you're curious, they're really interesting, but you can get sucked down these voids and these roads that aren't necessarily right for you. At least that's what happened to me, and I've seen it happen to, literally thousands and thousands of other entrepreneurs and other business people and other people that hop into the online world. And so I learned a lot about that and about how to get focused and really look at and do the things that felt right to me and the things that were right for me, and then create the things that I want to create online and not necessarily follow one person or another's lead or coaching. Because whenever we have a coach, and I'm a coach and a consultant, so I tell everybody this: choose what is right for you at the time that I share with you, and if it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Don't copy someone else's framework or system or apply it to your situation if it doesn't feel right to you, because if it doesn't feel right, it's not right for you, at least not right now. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, hit me up and ask, and we can have a little talk about it, because I think it's a really important thing to know that we always have to be true to ourselves. And that's different than a little uncomfortable because it's outside our comfort zone versus it's not right for you. And if we're tapping into who we are and our intuition at all and listening to our gut, we can tell the difference. We absolutely positively know the difference. Sometimes our conscious brain just tries to tell us that we don't know the difference. So what are we talking about today? Today, I did not do an idiom. We are launching into the last 7 days of the month. So that means we're talking about the relationship goal process. This year's annual challenge, the Get Your Goals annual challenge, is all about getting what we want in life by doing one single thing every day to move us toward what we want. And we're breaking it down according to the life framework that I use, and I happen to have that right here with me. My awesome graphics, right? My ability to write backwards is absolutely incredible. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships were on this month. And we still have communication, contribution, and confidence to talk about as far as the life framework. And then we're going to do some fun things this year for the last couple months of the year, because they're things I've always wanted to do, but I've never really done or shared. They're things I do in my personal life. They're not really secrets. They're just, I don't share things until I'm comfortable enough with them to know that what I'm sharing is really, really powerful, if that makes sense. So that's my if that makes sense kind of day. I guess having the electricity out yesterday got me a little discombobulated because I didn't share an idiom today. I just asked the question, what is your current way to grow and build and supersize your business? And then what would you like it to be? And I asked that because our topic today, step one of the goal process that we're using in this year's challenge, is to identify your current and your desired situation. And we're using the journalistic framework tool, who, what, where, when, why, and how, to identify our current situation and our desired situation. Why? Because just like in the SOAP framework, current story versus desired story creates a gap between where we are and where we want to be. And whenever there is a difference between where we are right now and our results we're currently getting and the results we want, it creates this positive tension, because as long as we're thinking about what we want and that goal, which is why goals are so important, we automatically take steps, we see opportunities, we find the things we need to find, the resources, etc. And the education, the coaches, the teachers, the mentors, the examples we need to move us from where we are to where we want to go. So it seemed fitting, since I didn't prepare an idiom yesterday. Again, my excuse is because the power was out, but I just was tired and I gave myself the opportunity to go to bed and get some sleep instead of researching an idiom. We've done literally 2,000 plus idioms. I've lost count now in terms of how many idioms I've shared. Some of them have been repeats, of course, but for the most part, we've done well over 2,000 idioms. So I figured it was okay to have a day off and change our tack and ask a question instead of having an idiom today. So that's it. Busy week. Not even going to go into all the details. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll of course be around, just fill you in on what's going on right now. If you have any questions about online businesses, offline businesses, how to grow and build and supersize your business, things like that, just hit me up. You can always Voxer me at pajamagrandma@gmail.com. I know it's a weird one, but it means you have to know me in order to, or have heard of me, to find me on my Voxer handle. All right, that's it. Have an amazing day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.